What happens when you're in a herd? These guys are mimicking the movements of the walkers. They're trying to get through the herd. They've got a lot of nerve. And they managed to fool the walkers. These zombies look like idiots. They didn't realize it at all. The 6 of them made it to the safe house. Sean tried to open the door. The zombies heard the noise. And then Ed's mobile phone rang. And he picked up the phone to talk. The crowd looked on in disbelief. Sean went over and smacked the phone out of his hand. He angrily reprimanded him. Next thing you know, he turns around. He was startled by the zombies. Luckily, his friend smashed the window with a bin. But the walkers would have followed him in. And that's when Sean got up high and shouted. He managed to lure them away. The rest of the group escaped to the house. They waited for 20 minutes, but Sean didn't come back. David decided to take Sean's place. People didn't want to follow David's orders. Sean got angry and threw things. But then he was caught by a hand. The next moment, a hand caught it. It was Sean who came back. Then they checked the room for anything that could be used. They had to stay here and wait for news. At night, the streetlights came on. That means the TV in the room is working. Sean turned off the switch. And then he switched on the light in the storeroom. It almost scared him to death. So he switched it off again. And then he went back into the room. He saw Ed turn on a video game. They went to stop him right away. But it was too late. Then a zombie came out of nowhere. And the music started playing automatically. Sean told David to turn it off. But he didn't know what to do. He pressed the wrong button when he turned off the switch. The place turned into a zombie disco. And the mother got bitten. She didn't want to drag everyone down with her. That's when David raised the shotgun on her. But Sean wouldn't have it. He got in front of the gun and held on for dear life. Mother couldn't hold out much longer. She turned into a walker. She turned into a zombie. Shane had to kill her himself. While he was grieving, David was being sarcastic. Sean turned around and punched him. David was so angry, he got up and left. He was dragged out the window by a walker. The rest of the group is trying to stop the walkers. Another member is dead. Ed was also bitten by accident. The moment of truth. Sean used wine to build a wall of fire. The 3 of them went to the basement. Because there was a way out. At this point, Ed couldn't hold on much longer. Sean said goodbye to him briefly. He took his girlfriend to the surface. Thinking they're safe. But there were walkers everywhere. Suddenly, a combat vehicle rushed by. Turns out it was a combat unit. They were shooting at them. And they were saved. Half a year later, society is back in order. The zombies were put to good use. And when Sean is bored every day, Sean would always go to the basement to play games. It turns out that his best friend is in there.